Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Ralph Softly. And I'm so happy that he decided to be on my show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Caroline. How about yourself?
Oh, I am so lucky to have you here as my guest. You won't believe. And we met in person in December, right before or after the podcast started. I didn't tell you, I think it was too new for me, but now you are here.
Yes, I am.
Okay, we met in the daily study group with
Daily
Joy
st-
Architect, yes, 2 years
mm-hmm.
ago, 2 years and a half. And you sent me your bio. You are a man on a mission to enlighten yourself and or himself and anybody else who wants to do the work. What do you mean by the work?
Great question. That's what I have. I have it written down every time I get up. Everywhere I look, it's do the work. Um, Basically, the work to me is just getting the best version of yourself all the time. You can always get better. That's just a beautiful word to me. And I know Bob Proctor said he liked that word, better, because you can always get better. For me, it's just I've always been I've gravitated toward this type of thing. However, until I started working with people who were like basically my tribe, is when
Yeah.
I've had the growth. Because when I was doing the work by myself, I was only moving at my pace. So whatever that looked like, that's what I was going at. And it wasn't like I wasn't learning anything, but when you work with other people, then you begin to collapse time because you can learn from they can teach you how to do things differently, give you other ways of doing it and helping you. So that's what I mean by doing the work, just getting out there, getting uncomfortable. Oh my goodness, I am so comfortable with being uncomfortable. And every time I say that, it's sort of like I'm tested even more. But through each one of the tests, you get better and better. And that's all I really want. Sometimes I ask myself, why do I want this? But that's what I want.
Oh, I think I know why you want it because you also, like me, learned how to set goals and how to set
Yes.
worthy goals. So you have to have a goal for yourself and you have to have it in writing on a
Mm-hmm.
paper. You carry it around all the time with yourself, I guess.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
And
got it
this is
right
why
here.
you get up. Ah, you have it. And this is why you get up in the morning, you get excited, your desire increases, and this is why you do the work. You committed, you did a committed decision. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing this. And my next question is what inspires you?
What inspires me? I'm inspired by so many different things. Life,
Mm.
people, um, and just my mom, my dad, my parents, my family. There are so many ways to inspire me. Heck, you inspire me. You're doing a great podcast, and that is just so inspiring to me because I, like I say, I have podcasting equipment. I've done a couple, but you just went out there because when we had talked before, you were talking about it. Now I'm number 184, and that was like what, December.
Yes.
We're in it's almost May. Look, it's just like boom, it's just a paradigm switch. You said you wanted to go do it and you did it. Inspiring.
Yes. Thank you so much. Okay, my next question is who inspires you? You mentioned myself, your parents, Bob Proctor. Who else?
Let's see. My business partner, my brother Ahmed, you have worked with him. Um Troy Chadwick, you mentioned him, he inspires me. Um, yeah, a lot of people. I mean, that's a great question. And it's sort of like, I don't want to say that you stumped me, but it's sort of like who inspires me because there are just so many different ways and things that inspire you to try and pinpoint is a little bit of it's a task to me because everybody does. It's just so many ways. You can get inspiration from anywhere. And it's not like this one pinpoint, this is what inspires me. I just get it from everywhere because the energy flows everywhere. And that energy is inspiring to me.
Yeah, that's so true what you say. And most of the people maybe don't recognize it. I was one of them 1 year ago, 2 years ago. I would have said, I'm not inspired at all, and I don't know what inspires me. So today it changed completely. So this is why I chose the name, the title for the podcast as well.
Hmm.
Inspire podcast. Spirit is in everything, and you are so right. So my next question is, how do you inspire other people?
I inspire other people by just basically being the best version of myself I can be at the time. I understand that sometimes you're not going to have your best stuff. Not a problem. Just do the best you can in that moment. They'll see, and they'll react to it. So I'm just trying to be the best me I can be, and just make a connection, because that's what I like to do, is just make a connection. If you talk to somebody, let's connect some way, somehow. There's some commonality that we have together, and then that can be a moment where they just like click, and then you have a connection.
Oh, I love what you said. And also about sometimes you don't feel inspired or motivated. And then sometimes your best is 10%. I read somewhere. Sometimes your
Mhm.
best is 10%. Then this is your best. And if you give your best, wow, I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, because when you do your best at all times, then there shouldn't be any,
Mhm.
but I don't do this. Like I say worries, misuse of the imagination. But I'll talk with people and they say, I should have done this, I should have done that. If I did
Mhm.
my best, hey, that was the best I could do at the time, and I'm good with it.
Wow. Okay, that reminds me of the false belief people have about themselves about I
Hmm.
am not good enough or so. I'm not good enough. And this is not true. Our spiritual DNA is perfect, so we are always enough.
Yeah, we are always enough. And funny you should mention that, when people think that, they're not enough. And that's just so, why would you say that? You are. I mean, you're the person that's here in this lifetime. So you, so you're that person. You made it here. So you're here for a reason. You just have to find it. And once you find it, everything changes.
That's so true. And to be open to see it, to receive it, to grow your awareness as well. Wow,
Hmm.
this is amazing. So my next question is, what are your gifts and talents?
Well, let's see. I write, I tell jokes, I have so much fun sculpting. I'm a metal sculptor and a wood sculptor. These are the ones that I found out early when I was young, really young, and work with them. But then through that, you find so many other talents and gifts that are attached to it. So you can always find new talents, like doing a podcast, being a coach. Any of these things are talents. I mean, so you just do what you're here to do. And for me, like I say, I just love to connect. And as long as, like I say, as long as I do the work, more talents will be unfolded to me. And I'll just keep going.
Wow, I didn't know this about you. You are a sculpture. How do you pronounce this? With wood and metal? How do you do this? Are you going into the woods and then you you find your material?
I use wood. when I when I was in high school, the first talent I had was wood, and I would make stuff, lathe, and all this sort of stuff. And the teacher said you really have a talent. And then I was like, thank you, and I kept working with it. But it inspired me, of course. But when I got to metal shop and I got a torch in my hand and I got some fire, it just changed. And I've always said, like how do I say this? Um like, wood is my girlfriend, but my wife is metal. It's just the one that I truly love, because I could create so much with it. Anything. I can look at things right now and just simply say, that can be this, 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 or this. And I will talk with other people, like maybe they're a welder on a ship and they're like, I love what you do, but I don't see how you can do it. I have to have it right there, and they have to tell me what to do and I can do it. But you can just create in the moment.
Wow. I love that. I never saw some of your works. Where can I see your works? Your work?
Working on a new web page is down right now, but when it comes up, I will let you know.
Thank you so much. We will put this in the show notes. We can do
Okay.
this afterwards as well, like in 3 years, because the episode is still here and
Of
it
course.
will be there. Yeah, we will do this. Thank you so much. And my next question is, and you already answered about your website project. What are other projects of yours, and what is a goal for 2024?
Well, let's see. Ahmed and I are working on Savants of Success. We just put something out there. We are going to be doing a course together where we'll be talking about the Master Key System. Great book.
Oh,
So inspiring and so helpful and so practical. Um, I'm also a network marketer, so I'm building a lot of teams and just connecting with people. I do travel, I do services. Basically, I'm just out here helping people. That's all I really like to do. And it's just, and there's just so many different ways to do that. When I was younger, I just thought there was just one way of doing it. I'm like, nah, it's just as infinite as there are frequencies and vibrations. You can do whatever you want to do.
wow, that's so true. Can you tell us a little bit more about connecting people and your way to do it?
Yeah, I mean, I am on social media technically, but I've got to get better at it because I've been on TikTok like, oh, it was a while ago, and I think I had like maybe 25 to 75 followers, not a large amount. However, each time I did a video, it would get close to 1,000 looks. So I'm just like, you've got something here because it's breaking through. So that's when, so me, social media. And then, of course, what I love to do, I mean, I'm a salesman. I've sold cars for a long time. So I just love connecting with people. And then I also did phone sales. And the reason why I did that, when I was selling cars, I had around 15 minutes to make a connection with you.
Mhm.
When I was on phone sales, I had less than 15 seconds to make a connection with you, or you're going to hang up on me because it's just too easy. So it's just learning how to engage people quickly and authentically.
Yeah, that's true. And when you said making a connection, it's about building trust, right? How do
Yes, of
you build
course.
trust?
Honesty, common ground, listening to them, because I just know one thing. When I talk to somebody, I just want to listen. It's not about me. It's about you. And just listening
Okay.
and
When I
believe.
imagine you are in car sales and you pick up the phone, or in phone sales, you pick up the phone and you say within 15 seconds, I want to sell you a phone or a car. This is funny because yeah, you said about honesty. So what
Yeah.
is honest? I want to sell a car.
Honesty is this. If I'm calling you up,
Mhm,
you know I'm there. You know what I'm there for. Hey, I'm calling with so and so. Do you have a couple of minutes for this?
mhm.
All I'm going to do is just be as open as I can. I'm going to be engaging because I know some people just go through the numbers and just, like, and they're burned out. You got to sound fresh. You've got to sound, happy because nobody wants to talk to another person that's dour. Ugh, I don't want to talk to you, and they'll just hang up. But if it's something like, hey, this guy's got a certain amount of energy, okay, I'll give him another 5 seconds to see what he's talking about, and
Cool.
then you just go that. And the same thing with a car. When make a connection with somebody, if you're not interested, if
Hmm.
you're not engaged, and if you don't care about them, well, guess what? They never cared about you. So they're going to be gone quick, fast, and hurry because they could just walk right back and go somewhere else or just walk around you. So
Yeah.
you have to be engaging.
Yeah, they go to the next car dealer. And I
Mhm.
thought about this as well. If you show interest in people, then they will be interested in you as well. It's
Of
the law
course.
of, how is it called? Law of reflection, or I don't know.
No, reciprocity or whatever. It's just connection. Yes,
It is about connection, and I'm happy how we connected, or how we are
definitely.
now. Wow, I feel it. And I love, I remember this so much when we met in San Diego because it is a really special city. I think there was a certain vibration, and and I was house sitting at that time, and I had my first dog, and I went to
Hmm.
the dog beach. I will never forget this, with the dog in my rental car. It was such
Hmm.
adventure. I never did this before. Hmm.
Wow. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
San Diego is beautiful. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, no, because I remember, like I said, and then it's been basically where we first met face to face a year ago in New York.
Yes, you remind me of it is 1 year ago. Wow. And it's so amazing to meet people. I mean, the same people at
Mhm.
different places in the world. It's so
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Wow.
that can be addicting because there's just so much diverse stuff that you because it's not in your world doesn't mean it's not in the world.
Yeah.
So when you meet somebody else, it's like, oh, a whole new perspective.
Wow. I love that so much. Thank you so much for sharing and for this interview. Of course, I have a last question for you. And this
Yes.
is when people reach out to you after listening to this episode, and they will, how can they help you with, or what can they help you with? And do you have special offers and services?
Services right now, if you live in the States and in the Caribbean and parts of England, I have a network marketing company that I work with through travel.
Mhm.
You can reach me there and we can talk about that. There's plenty of things you can do with travel, make money, and fly at insider rates. So if you love to travel, I can show you how to get insider rates. It's great. And then and if you live in the States, there are services that I work with also. So, and then of course, there's going to be some courses that'll be online. I will probably have to come back with you because right now we're in the process of working on it. And when those come out, we'll be glad to let you know. And by the time this podcast comes out, I'm sure it'll be there. So we'll have it, we'll get it. But yeah. And then of course, look for my art page. So yeah, there's so many ways that we can connect.
Wow, you are a really creative person. You create so much different things, so many. Yes, this was German. Um, okay, thank you so much. I'm
Thank you,
happy.
Carol.
And do you have a last message for the audience?
Hello, everybody. Please do the work to become the best person you can be. You'll be glad you did.
Yeah, and we can help you with that. Reach out to Ralph. He's amazing. Connect. It's all about connection, connecting people, and see you in the next episode.